What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Orgs Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Silva, and we have another special collaboration with the Reality Miniverse today. We are actually doing some commentary for their next game, the Reality Miniverse Olympics. And today I'm going to have my co host with me, Chase Williams. What's up, Chase?
Hi, Anthony. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, this is great. This is crazy because obviously the Olympics is going on right now, and I'm a dancer, and actually breakdancing is making its debut in the Olympics this weekend, actually. So I was very excited when Michael brought this up, and when he was talking about let's do some commentary during the actual game, and I was all about it. So glad to have you here. Glad to talk about this. I know we're gonna get into a couple things about the game, about some of the players. So we can just go ahead and start with some of the format. I know you have that down, so I'm gonna let you take that over and just talk a little bit about the format and what's gonna be going on.
Yeah, so Reality Miniverse Olympics, we always do something, a little different at Reality Miniverse every single time. No game is ever the same. I'm very excited for Reality Miniverse Olympics because we're going to be incorporating a lot of different elements that we've, kind of championed here at Reality Miniverse. And we're going to be giving players opportunities for, um, different things. I will say there will be gold, silver, and bronze medals. So
Nice.
to compete for every single round, on top of eliminations and the whole social strategy element that is always brought to Reality Miniverse. So yeah, I mean a lot to look forward to in terms of like format, strategy, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I definitely love these. Every game is different, like you said, and there's just so many elements to it, and it's all done in one night or one day. It's just a couple hours. So, but I think bringing this into like fruition, especially during the Olympics, and having people come in from different countries and represent their countries, that's a big thing because in all the games that we do play, we always at least have a couple people from different countries, and they're playing at like different times, different time zones, and so to bring it all together and have like a player, it's like a player from each different country. That's a big element too, and we'll get to the cast later. But I did notice that like a lot of the cast are like newer players as well. So I always know that Michael tries to do that, bring in new players, and always tries to keep it fresh. So again, really excited for this one, and the elements of having like the gold and silver and bronze. That's something that I think people will enjoy, and just be able to view and see something different. Like again, so not your typical Big Brother and Survivor, type games. There's people from all across the world playing this game, and so did y'all think? I know you're doing it. Well, we're doing it on Sunday uh, at 4 p.m. Eastern. So I think that's like a good time, a good mixture for all the different time zones, right? I'm pretty sure there was some research that went into that.
Yeah. I know Michael. Like usually, Reality Miniverse. It's very, very standard that we are like 8:30 p.m. Eastern on the dot. Um, every time someone asks me what time the game is, I'm always just like 8:30 p.m. Eastern because it's Reality Miniverse. This time, it's a little different because we have international players. And for the better, I think 4 p.m. Eastern on a Sunday sits really good for people in the United States. It sits really good for our international players. I'm excited. Like you said, seeing like that's what makes games special, right? Is like the cultures, kind of intertangling together. I'm really, really excited for this one specifically because um, we're getting all of that, but it's also more than that. They're representing. Um, it should be fun. It should get heated. I'm very excited.
There's always the heat element, always the heat element. So yeah, I mean, we can go ahead and just kind of go into some of the players, so we can talk a little bit about like their country and what they're representing, and just different things like that. So we actually have our list in front of us. Obviously, we know that things happen. So hopefully, not too many people drop, or there doesn't have to be any too many replacements or anything. We know it's a game. We know people have stuff to do. But for the most part, I feel like this cast will be great as long as it sticks. And then again, being on a Sunday, like I would love to play on Sundays, especially early games, because although it's not going to be early for everybody, but just in general, for me, like I am more live during the day, a little bit more than at night when it's downtime. But again, this is the Olympics, and the Olympics runs pretty much 24/7 over there. There's always something going on. You can always turn on the TV and see something going on during the Olympic run. So this will just be a little addition to it. So.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, if everybody else gets a heat or a leg in the Olympics, like track, everybody gets something. This is like you can turn this on for social strategy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
We deserve our spot.
For sure. Hey, for sure. Just to talk about that just real quick, the community is growing. The games are getting better. There's lots of opportunity out there. So I think something like this just displays what can be done and how we can bring people together in different formats. So this is only a plus, and I just want to continue to see things like this flourish and grow the org community. So. Yeah, but let's get into these players. Let's go through them one by one. Talk a little bit about where they're from. Some of them I know, some of them I don't. Same vice versa. I'm pretty sure you know more of them because of the background work y'all have done to get these players in the game. So all right, so we'll go ahead and start with our first person on the list. From Singapore, it's Hyrie. I actually have played one game with Hyrie before, and so don't know too much. But do you know anything about Hyrie or anything about? It says resident, so Hyrie actually lives there, correct?
That is correct. I don't know a whole lot about Hyrie. This is my first game hosting him, um, or I guess not hosting him, but having him on
Yeah.
the Reality Miniverse platform. Um, Excited to see him play. I've seen him around the community. Um, I know he puts his foot down. I'm excited to see him play.
Yeah, yeah, big supporter. I always see Hyrie representing in the chats and in the just comments and stuff. Always positive. I know Hyrie's got some fire right there. So again, another person that we want to see come in and just represent their country. So and then next we got from the USA, CC. Do you know CC? I've actually played a game with CC before, a long
I
game. So I know CC very well.
I have seen CC play. Actually, um, funny side tangent. Everybody in the game I saw CC play when they voted, they wrote dash CC, and then I played the next season and I also wrote dash CC. So I know CC from that, I guess, inside joke within Cody Org's history. But other than that, um, I think she made it pretty far in the season I watched. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely excited to see CC play. Definitely a good pick for the USA.
Yeah, yeah, she's definitely got some big shoes to fill representing the USA. You know how the USA is; they definitely like to bring home the medals. So I think she's gonna hold it down. She's gonna do a great job. And I'm not sure she played in the reality miniverse before. Same thing with Hyrie. So I think that's already two newer people at least. That's gonna be new faces to the game. So we love some new faces. We love to have them representing, and then especially in this case, representing their country. So moving right along. Next, we got Gabriel from Malta. I know Gabe as well. Gabe, actually, I played a long game with Gabe. Wonderful person, uh, great host as well. And yeah, I mean, have you met Gabe before?
I have a little bit of history with Gabe. He was a host in a game that I played. Um, what a kind soul. What a funny
For
individual.
sure.
Never had anything negative to say or bring. And like he didn't say a whole lot, but when he filled silence, it was good. I think I messaged him and I was like, "Dude, you're great." So yeah, I guess that's I guess that's my feelings on Gabe. Yeah,
Smart,
just
yeah.
yeah,
Go
smart
ahead.
guy, stand up guy.
For
Um,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, very smart, and in representing Malta, like that's such a small place in like the middle of like all of that area over there, you know. So it's like to have someone represent from that area, it's very cool. It's not your typical, you know, big like France or USA, you know. So to have Malta in here is definitely a good mix. And then of course, like we are saying, Gabe, great person to have on the cast. Not sure if he's played in the miniverse before, but another great player to bring in. So very much looking forward to Gabriel. Next up, we got Wayne. Wayne from the UK, and of course, we know the UK has a lot of players, and we've met a lot of them. So to have Wayne picked to represent the UK, that is an awesome pick right there. How do you feel about Wayne?
I I love Wayne. Wayne, I've hosted Wayne. Always a lot of fun. He brings a lot of energy within the cast. And he's always just a blast. I've never I don't know, I just like in terms of just like getting in there and playing the game, I really enjoy watching him play. He's funny, he's witty, um, really solid pick to represent the UK.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, he
yeah,
definitely likes to make moves, which is a good thing. And he has that very strong accent that sometimes you just love to hear. It's fun in the game. And again, just bringing another element to the way people play. I think entirely players from the UK they all bring something different, um, and they definitely have their own style of playing. Obviously, they have their games over there like BBUK, and they have all these other different shows, but they definitely bring a good element to the org universe and to reality TV in general.
always.
Always.
Wayne, I saw him on a season. Like my introduction to Wayne was on a season of BBUK. So like, what perfect representation, right? Um, but also, I mean, he's just fun. Like I'm just excited to see him come into the arena, I guess if that's what you want to call it, and you know, put his feet down and have some fun. Yeah, I'm excited to see him play.
All right, next up we have Marina representing Canada. So, as we know, Canada has a lot of shows as well. What about BB Canada? I know that's recently been canceled, but it's a great show.
Yeah, yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Like if this is the Olympics for, social strategy, um, my heart goes out to Canada right now for sure. Just losing one of the best, if not the best, in my opinion, iteration of Big Brother. Big Brother Canada was sadly just canceled. Um, it makes me really root for Canada in this situation, root for Marina. I'm really excited to see her play. Um, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I
No,
mean,
for sure, for sure. Yeah, same thing as far as feel the way I feel about BBUK. I mean, I'm sorry, BB Canada. I mean, I don't understand where. I mean, I guess there's logistics behind all of that stuff, but with it being such a great show and people grasping to it so well and loving it so much, for it to go is definitely a hit to like the reality TV scene, you know. But yeah, Marine is a great player. Obviously, always brings something great to the table. And obviously, she's representing for the Canadians, and we know there's a lot of people from Canada who play as well. And so, unfortunately, they're just going to be too many players, one representing each country. And Marina is a great person to represent for that country. But yeah, let's move to the next one. Yeah, so we got Pranoy from India, correct?
yes, Pranoy from India. Pranoy, um, I've hosted Pranoy on Reality Miniverse. It's been a while, quite a while, back in the early days. Um, Always such a charismatic and um, fun person to watch, but also just a beautiful person to look at. I'm really hoping the lighting is giving, because Pranoy always serves so well. Um, and I'm just excited to watch him play again. It's been, I think, at least 7 months since the last time he's been in Reality Miniverse, and I miss him. And it's time for him to come home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, and representing India, that's another one out there. So um, that's again, India has a big population. So to have someone represent for them, that's awesome because that's again, that's another. And I couldn't even tell you what time zone that is. So they're probably like uh, 10, 15 hours ahead. I don't know. I could be way wrong, but I do know in the UK they're about 6 hours ahead. So I can imagine another couple hours ahead from over there in India. So
Yeah,
yeah, excited to. What was
Fairly
that?
certain like 12 or 13 hours
Oh
ahead.
wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy. So then we're looking at if the game is 4 Eastern, it's gonna be, I mean, well past midnight.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if that's correct. Maybe we maybe we should Google search that.
Well,
Um,
yeah, so I'd say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so it's somewhere right there, at least after midnight. But regardless of what time it is, whether it's midnight or 3 in the morning, like it's tough playing late at night. That's what I would say, no matter what. Uh, we play games here and we start complaining like around 10:30, 11 o'clock. We're like, all right, y'all, it's
all
getting
right, y'all, time to go to bed. I
yeah,
mean, given that, no better game to play than Reality Miniverse if it's late as hell, right? Because we are very strict in our like 3 hour time period. It's something that we've honestly started championing at this point is that we're very strict to 3 hours. Um, but I have faith in the night owls as well.
yeah, oh
That's
yeah,
that makes up a majority of the org community as it is. So,
true,
um, yeah,
true.
shout out to night owls.
So yeah, so speaking of night owls, let's talk about Aaron from Aaron representing Ireland. So Aaron Brady, obviously a seasoned veteran in the game, is great character. Another person with a heavy accent that you love to hear. And I've seen Aaron play plenty of times. Been around Aaron, great person as well. And yeah, I mean, do you have any? And coming from Ireland, that's another good one too to have represented.
You already mentioned what I was going to mention, the accent. I love Aaron's accent, but just Aaron as a person, so wholesome, so fun to watch play, very strategic, um, super fun. I have always enjoyed hosting Aaron. I don't think I've ever played with Aaron. Definitely have hosted Aaron a couple times, and he's a blast.
Yeah,
Um, Ireland's, I love Ireland. I did a like study in high school on Ireland. I know
about
a lot of
Ireland.
facts about Ireland. Yeah, I'm excited to watch him play. It should be
Yeah, so Ireland, and just kind of what you were saying, like you did some study on Ireland before. Have you been to any of the places that we've named yet? I haven't been to Singapore, Malta. I have been to the UK and Canada, but the rest so far, I have not been to any of those places. So very interesting. But I do love the UK. I've been there a couple times, and obviously Canada is very close near us. So but speaking of close near us, close near me, I'm here in Texas. The next one up is Fredo from Mexico, which I've never met or heard
cool.
of. So,
Just because Fredo is a completely new face to me. I've never hosted him. I don't even think I've ever seen him play in a game. But that's what this is about, right? Like that is
exactly.
that is what the experience is about, and that's what I get excited for, is to see how, like we've talked and we've said we've known and we've seen how these people play, but like that one person being thrown into the mix, like that changes everything. So I'm super excited to see him play. The dynamic, like just like what he brings to this dynamic. Super excited to see him represent Mexico, which I know is a well represented, portion of the community. I'm in some like completely. I'm pretty sure they're like completely Hispanic orgs, and they're all in Spanish. Um,
Wow.
like the graphics are crazy, so good. But excited to see him play. Excited to see him represent.
For sure. I definitely, if I were to play, I would definitely want to represent the USA first, but I would definitely be able to represent Mexico as well since my mother is Mexican. So, uh, that's definitely good. I'm glad that it's being represented, and I'm glad that it's a brand new player that we haven't seen before. Now, that doesn't mean he hasn't played games before. He just hasn't. We haven't seen him in our games, like you said. There's probably a whole nother world of orgs out there that are in different languages that we don't even know about or mess with. I think I did recently see a flyer for it was in Spanish, and it was, I think it was for an LRG, honestly, but the graphics was amazing. So I don't know if we're talking about the same person or the same people or the same org, whatever. But definitely, I think there's more to the org community out there than we know about, especially in countries that don't just, whether they don't speak English or they don't just have the connection to us yet. Hopefully, this can be a connection where we bridge some of that through Fredo. So that'll be awesome. Moving right along, we're gonna move on to South Korea, and we have Ben from South Korea, another one that I have never come across before.
Yeah, I don't ever think I've seen Ben play just based on like the cast picture I was sent. But I mean, and I'm gonna reiterate this, and I don't think this is a cast that is one to necessarily play like Friend Five or anything like that. But like these new players, really do change the game, and Ben is another one that I'm really excited to see play. Just that new addition, especially in a format like this where you'll be earning medals. It's not, oh, it doesn't always come down to a social situation. um yeah, I'm very excited to see Ben play.
And South Korea being represented. That's awesome too. That's a great addition right there. So, and like you said, having new people is so crucial, because eventually, you do come across the same players, but yeah, in a game like this, I don't know. I mean, there will be some strategy to it as far as maybe getting close to people, but I think just going in with an open mind, learning some of these people, I'm sure they're gonna want to learn or make new friends as well. So I think this is good to have this amount of and it's rare that we see a bunch of new people as well. I mean, half of the list is already pretty much new or players that haven't played in the miniverse in a long time. So yeah, very very good to see all this going down, and yeah, let's keep it moving. We're getting right there towards the end. Now we have Italy. Representing Italy is Arliana. Of course, some of us or most of us know her. She's actually lives over here in Fort Worth, Texas, which is, or I think it's Fort Worth, Dallas or Fort Worth. It's all the same area, but definitely a good representation of Italy.
Yeah, Arliana's played a couple times in the miniverse. I love watching her play. She is so fiery. Um, Definitely like holds her feet down in a situation. I couldn't think of a better person to represent Italy, to be honest with you. Um,
Yeah.
and I mean like that going forward. And like I know I haven't spoken a whole lot about culture, but like Italy and like Italian culture is just something I know very well, just because like I feel like I grew up with it, and she is so I feel like nurturing to the people she trusts and works with, and that makes me very excited to see her, represent a place like Italy. Um, I just I can't say it enough. I could not think of a better person to represent
Yeah.
this country.
For sure, and I said a little bit about this with the UK, like how they bring their unique style into games and gameplay, and I think everybody kind of, or at least the ones that we know on the list, they all kind of have different gameplay, and they're all from different backgrounds. So yes, and we know Italy can be fiery, and they're a little bit more outspoken. So I definitely think that the representation in the game too is going to be is going to be well represented by her. So, all right, next one we got Japan, and another player that I haven't come across before, and this is I hope I'm saying it right. It's Jinki. Is that
I think
correct?
it's Genki.
Okay.
I could be butchering that as well. I'm not 100% sure. Um, but yeah.
Well, well, good thing it's a newer player. We're learning. This is what happens when the new players come in. We learn you, we learn everything about you, and then we get it all correct moving forward. But definitely want to say having Japan or just the Asia representation is crazy because we just talked about how they're literally 12, 10, 15 hours ahead of us. So for all we know, they're probably playing at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. in the morning when they're waking up, actually. So, again, it's going to be cool to see the different time zones. Some people are going to be playing at night, some people are going to be playing in the morning, some are going to be playing in the afternoon. Uh, but again, I think each person's going to bring their own style. And of course, depending on when it is, again, you know, everybody does different things at different times of days, and so I just think that having that representation from that far away is great. I mean, so again, this is something that is really going to bring people together. This is really something. I mean, orgs in general, that's what they do is bring people together from different backgrounds. But being specifically picked to represent your country and playing from these different areas, like I just think that's great. So really glad to be a part of this, and yeah. All right, so we got two more names on the list. Next up, we got representing Puerto Rico. We have Johnny. What's up, Johnny? My man, Johnny. We all know Johnny.
Yes, Johnny.
Johnny
I'm
Ventura.
Yes, you gotta love Johnny. At this point, if you don't know who Johnny is, wake up from under the rock, because truly a star in the community, a rising star, if I should say.
For
Um,
sure.
First,
For sure.
say that just to get that out of the way. But I mean, just in terms of being like a solid player, there always to put his best foot forward. um, I'm very excited to see Johnny play.
Yeah, I just interviewed Johnny not too long ago. Great story. Hasn't been in the game for too long, but has done a lot while he's been in the org community. He plays games, hosts games. He plays in LRGs. So great player to bring on to represent not only Puerto Rico but the entire org community. I know he's played in the Reality Miniverse before, so and it's good to have your vet. I don't want to say like vets. I wouldn't call him a vet, but you're seasoned in this arena. Kind of person, because again, for those people that haven't played before, they can kind of have someone to kind of like help them, or maybe just kind of see what's going on. And Johnny's very outspoken, so I definitely see him kind of like helping people along the way. So good choice to represent Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's been going through a lot of stuff recently. There's all I pretty much they get hit with every single hurricane that comes up in that area. That whole entire area gets just battered every hurricane season, and this one as well. So uh, I'm just glad it's being represented, even if it's just on a small platform like this. It's definitely it's just a good thing all around. So. And you want to go ahead and do our last one since you know this person a little bit well?
Yeah. Yeah, let's move right into Hannah. Hannah is representing Yemen. Hannah does also, she's played Reality Miniverse games. She also helps us on productions for some of our bigger games. I'm very excited to see her play. She's a very well rounded player, very keen. She's got a good eye. Definitely excited to see her represent the country. Um, I think her parents, her grandparents are from Yemen. A lot of people don't know that about Hannah, but she is Yemenese, and it's something like as her personal friend, I've got to like learn more about her, and yeah, I'm excited that she's coming out to support some of our Eastern nations. If there's one thing I can say about this cast in its entirety, it is one of, if not the most diverse cast we've ever had at Reality Miniverse. And having Hannah here is definitely a plus for sure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, again, going through the whole list, not just players, because we do play with some of these people a lot, or we've played with them before, and yeah, their countries get mentioned maybe at the beginning, or maybe they're the one player in the entire game that's the only one playing from a whole different side of the earth. With a different time zone and stuff, but in here, everybody's pretty much going to be equal because everybody's playing in from from different times, different areas, and again, with it being so many different styles of gameplay, this one's definitely going to be a good one to watch. Another thing too, before we finish this up, I know Michael, and I don't even know if I could mention this. Well, I think Michael mentioned it on one of the posts that there's actually going to be a couple games in this one because in usually there's not too many games. It's a lot of social, a lot of just on screen. I mean, what can you say about that?
There will be a couple competitions in this game. Obviously, if you're a player listening to this, I don't want you to scurry and get scared. Um, we're very strict on our 3 hour time frame, but there will be a few competitions. There are some new ones, but I will say there are a few that if you go back and watch some previous Reality Miniverse games, those might be included. I guess that's so broad, but I don't really care. That's like so vague, but that's all you get.
No, no, but again, I mean, even just having one comp, two comps, whatever, even if they're older ones, I think it adds to everything. So,
Yeah, no, it changes the entire environment. I mean, it goes from do I have enough friends to stay in this game to do I have, the edge to win this game? And I think in terms of like a reality miniverse Olympics, and I had a conversation with Michael about this, I think that edge is definitely needed. I didn't have a whole lot to say in terms of like formatting and stuff and what he did. He did that completely on his own. But what he has put together, I will say, definitely provides that needed edge. This is one of the best formats I've ever seen formatted in Reality Miniverse history. I'm just going to say it. Yeah, you should definitely be looking forward to it. That's all I have to say.
definitely, yep, definitely looking forward to it. And for the first time, we're going to be commentating during the actual game. So we'll come on and do some segments and just speak on what's been going down in the game. Maybe some people who are not in the game at the moment will be able to speak on them as well, like whether they get eliminated and things like that. So I think it's a good opportunity for us to also add some type of commentary. It doesn't have to be in every game, but for a game like this, I think it's very much well needed, especially since the Olympics has a lot of commentating in general. So
That was another thing I had I when I was telling Michael the things that like this game definitely needs was commentary, and then Reality Miniverse already had this relationship, so we just made it happen, and I think this is definitely something that's definitely needed, and I'm
yeah.
excited to do it. There's a lot of dead time in like voting and stuff like that that I already feel like when I'm watching or like I guess on in the background, I'm like I guess I could say something, but then I don't because it's not that. But this is the time. So oh, one last thing that I wanted to mention, and I'll let you wrap this up. I'm sorry. If you have opinions and you want them to be commented on, definitely tune into the stream and get the chat going like crazy. I'm going to be reading it probably like just as faithfully as I'm watching the game happening. So if you have things that you'd like to be shared or said, join us in the Twitch stream. I will be looking, and yeah, I'm very excited.
Big shout out to Michael O'Rear and the whole Reality Miniverse staff for putting this together. It's going to be a good one. Obviously, all the Reality Miniverse games are streamed on Twitch, twitch.tv/the Michael O'Rear. Will there be a cast picture out?
Yes. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna be very hardly dedicated to finishing these cast photos. There will be like an official rollout. I'm not
Awesome.
sure when. I'm just waiting for Michael's thumbs up. But yes, there will be cast photos. There will be
Awesome.
a big graphic.
Well,
Off.
make sure all of y'all go support as soon as that graphic is up. Go in the comments, support whoever you're supporting as far as country wise, player wise, just the game in general. Give them some love, give them some shine. I'm sure it'll be posted at Reality Miniverse on Facebook, the group chats. I mean, the group page, Reality Miniverse, as well as on Org Center. And then, of course, Reality Miniverse also has like Instagram and different things like that. So whatever's your platform daily, make sure you check it out. I'm pretty sure you'll see the flyers there with all the players on there, and make sure you just support. Again, we'll be on there, so you'll hear me and Chase again on Sunday. And any last words?
Yeah, just tune in on Sunday. Oh, and one last thing. This is a future project, but Reality Miniverse just dropped applications for a new format called Concordant. I'm telling you, when I tell you this format is insane, um, I am not exaggerating one bit. Definitely, if you've been wanting to put your feet in the Reality Miniverse pool, this is the time. This is the game. Uh, yeah, I'm super excited about that one. So I just wanted to push it out because we released it a little bit early, and it's definitely a game to be on the lookout
Sure.
for.
Well, excited for that. Obviously, I'll be reposting that and sharing it with everybody, and I'm sure that's going to be great, just like all the other games. So everybody out there, again, make sure you tune in, make sure you support in any way possible, and we'll see you on Sunday. So, Chase, glad to have you on here. Got to get you on for an interview sometime soon, and yeah, talk to you on Sunday.
Yeah, see you on Sunday.
All right, everybody, talk to y'all soon. Peace.